You're listening to the Focus Fork podcast. My name is John Hoff, and I am your host, and I help busy professionals ditch dieting and learn how to lose weight by simply learning how to eat a proper amount of foods that they already like eating based on the amount of movement they do in their day. So if you're ready to make lasting change and sustainable weight loss happen for you, then you, my friend, are in the right place and listening to the right podcast. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Focus Fork podcast. I'm John Hoff, and today I'm really freaking excited about what I'm about to share with you today. If you've been struggling with weight loss, which, I'm assuming you are or have been because you're listening to my podcast, if you've been feeling frustrated around it, or, something that we all get when we're trying to lose weight, overwhelmed, then you're going to want to stick around for this episode because I have something I want to give you. All right? Here's the deal. I've created a free weight loss action plan just for you. It's your very own action plan, not just any plan, but one that is designed to meet you where you are right now. I did this because I feel like it's something that's needed out there because there's so much weight loss information out there. It's just so easy to get overwhelmed, and I get it. And sometimes you just want somebody to show you, what do you want me to do today? What do you want me to do tomorrow? What do you want me to do the next day? And that's why it's an action plan. And it's not just, hey, I've got some cool hacks for you to go watch. All right. So today I want to tell you what's inside of it. What you're going to learn, why I'm doing this. And trust me, like I said, this isn't just another diet. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh start and new approach that you can actually stick with. So let me start with a little bit of my story because I think it's important for you to understand, where I'm coming from. When I first started my weight loss journey years ago, I was just like many of you. I was feeling frustrated. I wasn't sure what to do next. I knew I needed more energy and I needed to clear my mind. I needed to clear the brain fog because all of that stuff was holding me back. And, I realized that losing weight wasn't just about looking better. It was about feeling better and performing my best. But figuring out how to make that change happen wasn't easy. And I'm sure it hasn't been easy for many of you as well. I had to do it all on my own. I read tons of books. I tried countless diets. I went through more trial and error than I can even remember. And it took me years to piece it all, a strategy. It took me years to figure it all out and see what works for me and one that fits into my lifestyle. And let me tell you, I only wish I had a step-by-step walkthrough like the one I put together for you. It would have saved me so much freaking time, so much effort and frustration. And, that's why maybe you can hear it in my voice. I'm passionate about getting this out to you. It's everything I wish I had when I was trying to lose weight and I was struggling and I was overwhelmed and I was just throwing in the towel. Nothing was working. I wish I had this. By taking this, action plan, you can skip that whole trial and error stuff. You can skip the whole research stuff because I'm going to show you exactly what to do starting today with simple, easy to follow steps that will form lasting habits with practice. And you get what your habits are, all right? You get what your habits are. That's what weight loss really is. Weight loss is less about all the stuff that's out there, carbs and sugar and can you eat a banana or is a banana going to stall your weight loss and all that. One meal a day, it's all about you. All about you. What are your habits? What do you do when this happens? What do you do when this happens? And this is going to be a jumpstart for you. This is going to be the starting steps of getting on to that new path. All right. So, why am I doing this? Look, there's a staggering statistic that's out there that says around 90% of people who go on diets end up giving up and they regain the weight that they lost. Or worse, they gain even more back. Now, think about that for a moment. Why do so many people fail? It's not because of a lack of willpower. It's not about a lack of trying hard enough, not trying hard enough, I mean, let me just sidetrack. I'm going to give you a little sidetrack thing on willpower. Okay, because willpower, a lot of times I hear people say when they come to me and they're like, John, I need help. Look, I just don't have the willpower to stick to a diet. I don't have the willpower. Every time I see food that's out there, when I go to a party or something, I just don't have the willpower. It's not about willpower, okay? Let me tell you about willpower for a moment here. I used to live next to a McDonald's, and guess what I ate a lot of? McDonald's, right? I lived right next to it. It was easy to get to. I was busy. At the time, I had one child, but I was super busy with work, and I would come home and I would just want something easy to get really quick, right? McDonald's was right there. And I liked the taste. It wasn't Gordon Ramsay steak, but I liked it. And McDonald's is very easy to overconsume, right? Now, I moved away at one point, and the place that we moved to was across town, and there were no fast food restaurants near me. And guess what I ate less of? Fast food. Well, I'm the same John. I have the same willpower. But guess what? The food proximity was different, wasn't it? So it's not about willpower. Things can change and you can be the same person, but you just need to learn how to deal with things. All right. And now also, look, getting back on track here, let's freaking be honest. Who really wants to live their lives skipping meals, drinking meal replacement shakes, or cutting out entire food groups forever? Sure, those things will work in the short term, but they're not exactly how I think that you probably want to live your life. I mean, I don't want to live the rest of my life having to drink meal replacement shakes. And what happens when you hit your goal? What do you do then? Do you got to keep drinking those things or skipping carbs and all those things forever? Are you never going to have a slice of pizza again with your family? Oh, that pizza, I can't have that. That's poison. I'm not allowed to have that. Not allowed to, right? Some talking that we want to get away from. We don't want to think in that direction. So, all right, this is where your action plan comes in that I put together for you. I designed it because I know that everybody is different. We all have different lives. We all live in different locations. We have different schedules, different stresses, different relationships with food and with people. And a one-size-fits-all diet, it just doesn't work. And it doesn't work because it doesn't address who you are and what your freaking life looks like. What you need is a strategy that meets you where you are right now and helps you develop new, easy to implement habits that will actually be something that you want to live with, something that you can do. It meets you where you are right now. And that's what this plan is all about. So what's in it? What are you going to learn? That's a good question, right? First off, you're going to learn how to start self-monitoring in a way that's not overwhelming. Now, what do I mean by self-monitoring? Now, I don't want to give away everything right now as far as details of, the step-by-step, because that's what the program is for, right? But self-monitoring, there are tons of ways to do self-monitoring that people do. Some people count carbs. Some people count protein. Some people weigh their food. Some people count calories. Some people just write down what they eat. Some people plan what they eat. Some people weigh themselves. Some people look at their waist size. They measure themselves. Some people do pictures. They take pictures of themselves. Okay. This self-monitoring. Self-monitoring is a well-studied form of weight loss, a means of losing weight that has shown time and time again that can provide results. Now, in my personal opinion, there are easier self-monitoring things, and there's a little bit more tedious things like counting calories. I'm not about counting calories. Like, if you want to go on a program where you count every calorie that you do, I'm probably not your guy. Now, I will support you if you like my coaching style and you want to learn kind of what I teach and everything, and you want to count calories. I will support you on that. But I'm not here to teach people how to count calories. All right. I want to show you how to do some self-monitoring that's not overwhelming and won't throw you into a tailspin. We'll look at what it will. In fact, it will give you a way to look at what's working and what's not working, so you can make adjustments and improve over time. Because that's what we really need to do, right? Nobody's going to be perfect right out the gates, so we need to know how can we improve over time. It's not about obsessing over calories or carbs. It's more about understanding your habits and making those small changes. All right. And then secondly, we're going to dive into some ancient wisdom. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm the kind of person that I am big on personal development. I do meditation. I encourage people to do meditation, visualization. I believe that we all have a certain energy about us, a certain frequency and vibe, I suppose you could say. And whatever that frequency is, that mindset that we have, that we put out into the world, that's what we're going to attract. All right. And Eastern cultures have taught a lot about that. And there's one particular one that I am in love with and will help you. And it's helped people who live in Eastern cultures. It's helped them over the years to live long, healthy lives. And I want to show you how this like simple yet powerful practice can be adapted and fit into your busy lifestyle. And, we're talking about a way that will help you to kind of naturally eat less, feel more satisfied, and see progress without really feeling deprived. All right. It's a way of losing weight without having to go on a freaking diet. And then finally, you're going to learn which movements count the most when it comes to kind of pushing the needle, the weight loss needle the most. Because as I always say, we don't want to major in the minors. We want to focus on the things that have the biggest bang for our energy, right? Because our time is limited. So what should we focus on? And let's focus on those things. And when I talk about movement, I'm not talking about spending hours at the gym doing some crazy HIIT exercise that's going to leave you tired and you don't want to do. And hey, look, going to the gym is great. And if you go to the gym, I'm all for it. I go to the gym a few days a week, okay? But it's not required for you to lose weight. And I'm going to talk about some movements that you can do, okay? So it's 3 days. It's 3 days and it's an action plan. It's a jumpstart, all right? Jumpstart your weight loss. It's a fresh, new approach to losing weight that is going to get you started in a more sustainable way. And it's also just the beginning, by the way. I want you to know that this approach works. And if you like what I teach, then there are next steps that you can take with me. It's also, I've developed this, a more in-depth program. So I put this together for you as your jumpstart, as the start of that new approach. Now, I do have a program where we sustain your success, all right? The long-term weight loss action plan. This is the Jumpstart Action Plan, getting you started. But I do have, for those of you who really want to dig deeper into things and seeing these changes actually stick in the long term, how to navigate tough situations like going out to dinner, dealing with stress, handling the inevitable slip-ups. What do you do about like emotional eating, stressful eating, mindless eating, habitual? How do we deal with some of those things? Mindset stuff, developing new habits, and developing, building a new lifestyle that supports not just weight loss, but your health long term. I have those next steps if that's something that you're looking for. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Okay, right now, all I want you to do is to take advantage of this free action plan that I put together for you. Okay. Did I mention it's free, by the way? All right. I created it again for you because there's so much overwhelming information out there. And I just want to give you the steps to get you started on a way that you can lose weight in a way that can fit into your lifestyle, which typically means not having to take a bunch of stuff out of your diet and skipping meals and all that. All right. So right now, here's how you can take advantage of the plan. All right. Simply head over to focusedforkreset.com/free. focusedforkreset.com/free. And here on the podcast, there'll be a link to it in the show notes. So you can just click or tap on that and you can get it. All right. Remember, it's not just another diet. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of taking care of yourself because you deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to have more energy. You deserve to have less mental brain fog and actually enjoy your life while you lose weight. And it all starts with this plan. So I'm really excited. I would love to hear about your experience with it too. So you know what? Don't be shy. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. You can reply to any of my emails that I send you. If you're on LinkedIn, send me a message on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you, see how it's going. And if you have questions, I'm here for you. Okay. That's why I'm spending all my time doing this, is because I've transformed my life. I've transformed people in my family, their life, and I've transformed other people's lives out there. And I want to do the same for you. Okay. So thanks again for tuning in. Again, you can go to focusedforkreset.com/free and you can get this right now. I can send you day one video and lesson right now. Okay. So until then, I'll see you on the next episode.